Look at this carefully before you decide to click away. What if the exhaustion you feel isn't because you're weak, but because something inside you refuses to keep lying? Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that nothing is technically wrong with your life, yet everything feels unbearable. You function, you perform, you smile when expected, and still there's a pressure in your chest, a quiet scream that only appears when you're alone. That moment, the one no one sees, is not random. It's the point where the inner fracture becomes impossible to ignore. If you're watching this, it's not because you were bored. It's because you've reached a psychological threshold, a moment when the structure that once held you together starts to collapse from the inside. Not dramatically, not loudly, but slowly, silently, and relentlessly. You may not even have the language for it yet. You just know that continuing exactly like this feels impossible. This isn't a failure, it's inevitability. At some point, every human being is confronted with the tension between who they are and who they've learned to be. Most numb themselves and move on. They drown the signal in routine, distractions, obligations, and small rewards. But some people don't manage to silence it, and when that happens, the psyche escalates. Carl Jung described this moment as the beginning of individuation, when the inner life rebels against the masks, roles, and adaptations that were once necessary for survival, but are now suffocating. The psyche stops cooperating with a life built only to please, obey, and fit in, and suffering appears not as punishment, but as pressure. What you're experiencing may look like burnout, emptiness, irritability, anxiety, or a vague sense that you're watching your own life from a distance. But beneath the symptoms is a single message. This version of your life has reached its limit. That's why ordinary things begin to feel unbearable. A job that pays the bills but drains your vitality. A relationship that looks stable from the outside but slowly erodes you inside. Or something harder to explain, the weight of expectations you never consciously chose, yet keep carrying out of fear, guilt, or loyalty. Jung warned that the real danger of modern life isn't chaos, it's unconscious adaptation, living in alignment with structures that reward normality while quietly erasing authenticity. The true catastrophe isn't suffering, it's living a life that isn't yours and never questioning it. Pain appears when the psyche has exhausted subtle warnings. First come boredom and restlessness, then fatigue, then emotional numbness, and finally, collapse. Not to destroy you, but to force a reckoning. And here's the unsettling part. When this threshold is reached, your attention changes. You begin to notice messages, ideas, symbols that resonate too precisely to feel accidental. Not because the world became magical, but because your inner life is actively searching for a way out. This video is not entertainment, it's a confrontation, a mirror held up at the exact moment your old answers stopped working, but before you've fully admitted that something new is required. You're not broken, you're at the point where pretending costs more than changing, and that changes everything. Before we go any further, pause for 1 second. If this opening already feels uncomfortably familiar, like it's describing something you've never said out loud, then this video is speaking directly to you. So like this video now, subscribe to the channel, and stay until the very end. What comes next only makes sense if you follow the entire path. Leaving halfway means missing the part that actually changes how you see yourself. There is a reason why normal life starts to feel unbearable once you become conscious enough. Because normality, as it is sold today, is not designed for psychological health. It's designed for compliance. It rewards those who adapt quickly, stay functional, don't ask dangerous questions, and keep moving even when nothing inside them moves anymore. And when you begin to feel empty inside that structure, the system tells you the emptiness is your fault. But that interpretation is profoundly wrong. Emptiness is not a lack, it's a subtraction. It appears when the psyche begins to withdraw energy from a life that no longer represents truth. Jung understood this clearly. When meaning disappears, symptoms emerge. Not because something is broken, but because something essential has been abandoned for too long. Think carefully about this. You can be productive, admired, stable, and still feel hollow, because fulfillment doesn't come from functioning, it comes from alignment. And alignment cannot be faked indefinitely. The psyche keeps score. This is why so many people feel strangely dissociated from their own lives. They go through the motions, but feel like spectators. They follow the script: education, work, relationships, routines, yet experience a persistent sense that they are living someone else's story. Jung called this the domination of the persona, the social mask that once helped you belong, but now demands the sacrifice of your inner life. And here is the brutal truth almost no one wants to face. The life that society praises is often the very life that slowly kills the soul. The emptiness you feel is not a personal defect, it's a protest, a quiet rebellion of the psyche against a structure built entirely around external validation: likes, titles, salaries, roles, approval. All of it provides stimulation, but none of it provides meaning. And meaning is not optional. Without it, the psyche withers. Jung wrote that the unlived life becomes a disease. And this disease doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like chronic fatigue, sometimes like numbness, sometimes like constant distraction, sometimes like irritability without a clear cause. These are not random malfunctions. They are signals that too much of you has been left behind. So when you feel empty, it's not because there's nothing inside you. It's because the parts that matter most have been excluded from your daily life. Your instincts, your emotions, your shadow, your contradictions, your truth. Modern culture offers endless distractions to keep you from noticing this. Entertainment, consumption, productivity, self-improvement trends, all designed to keep you busy enough not to ask the most dangerous question of all: is this really my life? But once that question appears, it cannot be unasked. And once emptiness is consciously felt, it becomes a threshold. You either numb it or you listen. Listening is terrifying because it implies responsibility. If the emptiness is meaningful, then something must change. And change threatens everything familiar: your identity, your relationships, your sense of safety. That's why most people run back to normality. They call the emptiness stress or burnout and try to fix it without touching the structure that caused it. But the psyche doesn't want to be patched. It wants to be heard. Emptiness is the moment when the old life stops feeding you, but the new life has not yet taken shape. It's a liminal space, an in-between, and it feels unbearable because it demands courage instead of comfort. You're not failing at life, you're outgrowing a version of it. And the most dangerous thing you can do right now is try to go back to sleep. If you're ready, the next part will confront the most difficult truth of all: why no one is coming to save you, and why that realization is the beginning of real freedom. If this video reached you at the right moment, don't let it end here. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and write in the comments what topic you want me to explore next. Check the video and the full playlist in the card. They're part of the same path. This conversation doesn't stop here.